Hello people, in this tutorial we're going to have a look at the last task for Unit 14 Creative Software Techniques. I'll read it quickly. Compose a piece of music with loop-based sequencers in context of a live DJ performance or contemporary production techniques. Okay, so it says that I need to provide audio-video evidence demonstrating the use of live looping. I need to produce a live performance of loops. I need to select appropriate material for remixing, utilizing effects processing to create new and innovative compositions from the chosen material. The live performance must be filmed, and the performance must be between 1 and 3 minutes long. So it's quite short, 1 minute you'd be heading towards a pass, a good 2 minutes would be merit distinction, It's not the length that really determines the quality, but it's the techniques employed and how well you pull it off. So you can see there the pass and merit criteria. Pass is to just use a live performance of loops. Pass is to record a live loop-based production. So you've done it. It's a minute long and you've done it. Merit 4 is that you create original work that gives new interpretation to material. So you've manipulated it in some way so as it's not exactly the same as the original. You're not just using the same old loops again and again. And then distinction 4 is that you've used effects and processors to create new and innovative compositions. So that's how it works. Okay. So the samples that I'm going to be using are samples that I've shared with you already. They're in the music samples folder and the resources folder. It's the free Ryman Techno Starter Pack. Okay. So I downloaded them and I dragged them into live, and so we can see them all here. I don't know how many there is. There's about, there's 11 of them. I can see there's 11 tracks. Okay. I selected them all and then turned them all down, because when they were all up at 0, it was going into the master at red, and we don't want that. So let's have a listen to what it sounds like when it's complete. Now that might not sound like much to some of you, but it's a pretty busy techno track. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to arrange them into scenes. I need about 4 to 6 scenes, that's what I need. So I'm going to stop them all, press stop, the global stop, the master stop, and then over here I'm going to see how I want it to start. So I know that I want it to start with one of these noises, so let's have a listen. I do like that one. So what I'm going to do is, that's how I want to start it. I'm going to go over to 1, and then the keyboard command that I'm going to put in, I don't know where it is. Well, you right click. The keyboard command that I'm going to use is capture and insert scene. So for me, on a Mac, it's Command Shift I. So I go Command Shift I. So if you right click there, if you're on a PC, you'll see what it is. So it's probably Control Shift I. So Command Shift I, and you can see that it's put one in there. So it's called 13 now, but if I select it and go Command or you can right click and go rename, it's probably Control or. I'll go intro. All right. So let's hear now what I want to hear come in next. Do I want this second noise? I do like it. So I'll go to intro and I'll go Command Shift I. So the reason I'm picking this one is because when I go Command Shift I, it'll put it into the one underneath what's been selected or the very last row. So if none of these are selected, it'll go here, the very last row, number 13. But I want them one after another. So that's going to be intro 1. So let's hear what's next. I suppose we better bring in some kind of a percussion. You know something? I might bring that in like here with this second intro, because it's pretty small. And then maybe the kick. And then get rid of one of these. I don't really like that, so maybe get rid of 2 of them. See what this chord is? Yeah, I like that. So I'm gonna go Command Shift oh, wrong button. Command Shift I. And I'm gonna rename that, I don't know, main beat, something like that. Cool. Next, I'm gonna bring it up an intensity level. So we could bring in maybe the rides and the clap. Maybe it's a bit early for the rides. Yeah. Command Shift I. Main beat 2. And then maybe the bass. Yeah. Command Shift I. Rename it. Bass break. And then I'll bring everything back in. So now I can bring in the perk. And yeah, this riser. That's a good idea. Now, you can see how long it lasts here, these little circles. Yeah, I'm going to do that so as that it'll rise and then we can pick what I want to hear. So I might get rid of this chord and put in the... Yeah. We'll call that main beat, I don't know, what is it? 3. Add in these rides next, I guess. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Command Shift I. Yep. And then I suppose we need to go for a breakdown of some kind. So I'll get that riser and I'll put it there as well, so as it'll rise into the breakdown. So we'll wait for it to call. We can see it when it's going to end. It's halfway now. Okay, I don't want to hear it again. I do like that. Well, kind of. That'll do. Will I get rid of the bass? No. You can't really. Once the bass is going, it's so driving that you can't really get rid of it. Could do that. Yeah, I like that. Command Shift I. I'm just going to call this outro 1. I'm going to take away some more. Command Shift I, outro 2. And that's going to do it for me. Okay. So now I have my scenes. So here's the intro. And that should play for as long as I want. I'm looking at the counter here to see when it says 8, and then I'll hit it, and I know that would be right for 9. You know, it'll only come in on the next bar. I've set it up here, so it'll only come in on bars. So now it should start to make more sense. Oh, I came in a bar early because I'm dumb. Wasn't paying attention. If you do make a mistake during your live performance, you just have to own it. There's nothing you can do. You just have to go, well, hopefully no one noticed. And I'm just going to count to 8 in my head. So it'll be 32 instead of bar 33. Booty, 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 booty. 1, 2, 3, and go on. Cool. Cool. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to very quickly map this up. Now there's a number of ways that I can map this up. I could use the keyboard, the QWERTY keyboard, or I could use a connected MIDI controller. So I'll show you both ways. I assume I can do it both ways at the same time. So if I wanted to use MIDI, I happen to have well, it doesn't matter, but I have, let's say that I'll use the Oxygen 25 MIDI keyboard controller, and I'm going to use the keys on it to trigger these scenes. So I'll go up to the top right corner and hit MIDI, and on the play icon for each scene, I'll hit a MIDI controller. I'm just going to use the white ones, so that's going to be one. Oh, it's not coming in. Let me just check my MIDI preferences. It is the Oxygen 25. Track was on, but remote was not. So let's turn it on. So I need track and remote on my named MIDI device that I'm using for this function. So let's try again. Command M, select it. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I could also, put little stickers on this keyboard, so I know now. If I press number 1, it's the intro. If I press number 2, it's going to be that one. If I press number 3, so you see what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3, kick it. All right. Okay, so that's set up. But let's do it with our keys instead. If I hit the word key here in the top right, everything goes orange. And when everything is orange, it means that I can control it with my QWERTY keyboard. So I'm going to select these, and I'm just going to hit number 1. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'll turn off key. And now what I can do is I can use the QWERTY keyboard. I hit number 1, we'll hear the intro. I hit number 5 and we'll hear one of these things. I should really rename these, so it would be easier if they were actually just called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if it went like 1 intro, I'm not going to do it all, guys, because it's kind of slow and boring. Maybe I will. I'm kind of slow and boring myself. So, it's a kind of a nice congruity there. 4. Here's my children coming up the stairs. Oh. 6. Sorry guys, I'm going to do it because I'm going to share this session with you when it's complete, and you can use this for practice. And yeah, come on in guys. Yeah, you can just work away. Alright, I'm going to use this for practice, and I'm going to use this in 2 ways. So for people with MIDI controllers and people without MIDI controllers. Okay, that's all I wanted to do in this video. I deleted the first one, so now I know if I hit number 3, I'll get the main beat. If I hit number 8, I'll get the outro. It's actually kind of easier than using the QWERTY keyboard or using the piano keyboard. Because if I'm using the piano keyboard, I have to remember which key is which, so I could stick a sticker on it or something. You know, but now I can use both. So I'll go back to the main beat, which is number 3. All right, you could just stick numbers onto your you stick stickers onto your MIDI keyboard or whatever you want to do, you know. I think that's enough for now. In the next video, I'm going to start looking at effects mapping. And I'll do this in 2 videos. One is normal effects mapping if you have a MIDI controller. And the second video will be using dummy clips. And we'll call this COVID-19 emergency crisis. We don't have MIDI controllers at home tutorial. Okay, I'll see you the next day. Bye bye.